Today I welcome to the executive suite Philly raised but Atlanta made soultress that gives you that soulful R&B feel with an edge. Tamel, what's going on, girl?
What up, y'all? It's your girl. It's Tamel.
Oh
Thanks for
man.
having me.
Oh man, I like that intro. I like that. Your intro's better than my intro. I should have just made you do that.
It's a little glitter,
Okay,
a little
okay.
soul.
So how are you feeling? Your EP is out dedicated. How does it feel?
I feel amazing. I feel anxious. I feel a little nervous. I feel like it's about time. I feel all that at once.
Yes.
But overall, I feel great, man. I feel amazing.
Okay. So why the title dedicated?
Well, I called it dedicated for two reasons. Because it took dedication to get to this point and to finish something, because a lot of people don't get a chance to finish something in life. And also I called it dedicated is because, as you know, it's a lot of samples in my album. So it's paying homage to the artists who inspired me
Okay.
through music, and the reason why I sing, the reason why I fell in love with music. And then I have an old soul, so I just love older 70s R&B music, Shaka Khan. And so it was just a conglomerate of me paying homage to the artists who inspired me. So it's like a double-edged sword. It has two meanings. So that's why I call it dedicated.
All right. So 2020 has been a very crazy year. How did it affect your making of the EP? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it affect it at all?
Well, no, not really. Only because I have a studio in my crib, so I was able to do some touching up. And also, this album has been like 3 years in the making. So we weren't in quarantine 3 years ago. So no, it hasn't really affected my album per se. It affected me, but not my album. So
Got
no,
it. Got it. Okay.
it
Okay.
was kind of bittersweet.
Okay. Before we get too very deep into the album, I like my listeners to get to know the artist. So how
Okay.
did you get started in the music business in general?
Well, like you said, I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised in the playgrounds where I spent most of my days. Okay, anyway, so so I'm from Philly. Um, uh, my father is a music teacher. Well, he still is a music teacher. He's a retired music high school teacher, but he also still teaches music. He plays like every instrument fluently. So music I always say music chose me. I didn't really choose music. So I've been singing all through church, the talent shows, things like that. And when I was about 8 years old, going on 9, my parents kind of split up, and then me and my mom and my sister moved to our apartment complex, and we met this local girl group that was singing and doing their thing at talent shows as well. And then we kind of mashed and we started singing Killing Stuff. And then we got the likes to Left Eye. And Left Eye loved us and she signed us. And that was kind of like the start of my professional career as a kid.
Wow.
Later, unfortunately, the accident happened, which I was a part of. I was handicapped from the accident. Losing Lisa, first of all, was like the hardest thing ever. Then learning how to walk again and being told I wasn't gonna be able to run, dance, and do the things that I'm able to do today that the doctors told me, testimony, that I wasn't able to do. That's really a big part of my story, because my journey has not been easy,
Yes.
just being told that as a child, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I moved to Atlanta at 19, and then I kind of launched my solo. I did leave the group. I love those girls though, but we did decide to part ways. And then I moved to Atlanta. I met Usher, and he mentored me for a while. Went on tour with him. I met B Cox. B Cox. I mean, I've been blessed to be around some of the greats, and them. I've been like a sponge. So I just been taking it in. And there's so many people. I don't really like to name drop, but I was in some situations, and I just learned from them, and I grew from them, and I became stronger from them. And yeah, man, I've been on some dope tours, some big stages, some small stages, and this is the birth of Tamel, because this is my first project. This is my first body of work. And I'm excited.
Okay. So I don't, you know what? I don't call it name dropping. I call it people that influence you. For real. I call it people that influence you. You know, once again, rest in peace, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Was there anything in particular you can tell us about her that I want to say that really influenced you from her, and then also, you know, something from Usher, anyone else that influenced you? Because it's not name dropping. These are people that, because of
Yeah,
them, you know, they definitely put the battery in your back to do what you're continuing to do right now.
for sure, for sure. You're right. I mean, that's a dope way of looking at it. But oh my gosh, Leisha taught me so much, and I'm still learning from what she told me as a kid. Like, I'm still learning the things that she told me. Like, she's like, the music industry is like high school. You're the new thing, you know what I mean? But you can't get caught up into being new. You just got to always work, got to be focused. She taught me about just being unique, having my own, having our own thing, because I was in a group. So having our own unique thing, because TLC was that, Black was that, you know what I mean? That's like that was our big sister group, you know what I mean? So it was like, you know, she always talked about originality and just your mouth being powerful. I learned that early, like how powerful your tongue is. So make sure y'all be mindful of what y'all say and speak
Especially
into
in
the
these
existence
times.
out of your mouth.
Social media.
And with Usher, he taught me so much. He was more hands-on in the sense of going on tour with him and learning through him what to do, what not to do, and the ins and outs of things. And he also taught me, he said to me when he first met me, he said, you're so unique and so different, and you haven't been done. So just the type of artist I am. He said, so with you, it's going to be difficult because it's hard to break something that's never been done, because, you know, some artists are like this artist or like this artist. So when it's something original, sometimes it, you know, it's like the eyeball at school, the weirdo at school. You're like, wait, I don't get this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I understand what he was saying. At first I was like, what does that mean? So he said it's going to be difficult, but when it works, it's going to be special. So I took that as I'm special, and
Yes, and yes,
period.
you are. And listen, let's talk about touring, because you talked about being on tour, and I didn't even know you was on tour with Usher. I knew about the Migos situation, but
Well,
I
no, I said I toured. I was singing background for him
background.
on a
Oh,
Europe
okay,
tour.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you even did your share of background singing. Okay, so
Yeah.
being on tour with these artists, especially you were young at that time. How was it? And what, you know? I don't want to ask you if you had any crazy, you know, but what was one of the best times, I should say, being on tour?
The money, the food, the experience, but the crowd, first of all. Usher concert, Usher crowd. Actually, we went on before Madonna. So, I mean, it was the Radio 1 tour. I don't know if you know about that
Yes, yes.
European tour, but it's like the crowd, you just see people on top of people on top of people on top of people. So just that experience alone. And I opened up for 2 Chainz a few times. That crowd was crazy. Future, I opened up for him. Like, so it's been a lot of situations like that. So, I mean, I just love the crowd. So, like, this is going to be for me one day. That was always was going through my head. But the food, I like to eat. So the food,
It was on point.
that was always fun. Trying new things.
Okay. So listen, I know you in full EP promo, but is there anything else we can look forward to coming from you in the future?
Acting, modeling. I'm starting to I have started a workout line. I mean, just keep your eyes on this one. Just keep your eyes on this Philly. That's what I call myself. Keep your eyes on this Philly, because it's the sky's the limit with me. But I'm definitely getting involved in some things. But I'm also working on my album.
Got it.
So you gotta just stay tuned. Keep your notifications up on your girl.
So
and yeah.
So when we got on the interview, that's why I know people are like, why are they laughing and all that. So when we got on the interview, you got some great news. And I was like, you know what? Don't tell me until I hit record. So what's the great news? I want to know what's the great news. Tell us.
Okay, so let me make sure I get all the numbers right. Okay. So I am number 2 on Amazon Music album.
Okay.
Period.
Hold on.
And I am number 1 on R&B soul albums on iTunes.
Okay. Come on,
yes. My manager just called me.
Okay.
And it's funny because my manager had just called me before we got on, and I was like, what? How am I supposed to do our interview right now?
Let me see something right
Yeah,
now.
that's super exciting. I mean, this is my first EP. This is like, I'm independent. This is no major push. It's just me, you know what I'm saying? And my team and my soldiers.
Yes.
So it's real exciting for me. Like,
And
it's every artist's dream, and I'm living it like right this moment. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you definitely have some great supporters, because I seen it on my timeline and my IG stories all day, to the point I was like, I need to repost this. I'm like, I know she don't know me like that, but I'm reposting this right now. You know what I'm saying? So no,
man, people who have been following me know how hard and how bad I've been wanting it, and I've been that person that, like, when everybody else is probably out, and I live in Atlanta. I'm from Philly, but I live in Atlanta. So when everybody else is out in clubs, networking and stuff, I'm the one in the gym. I'm rehearsing. I'm perfecting my craft. Like, I'm that closet. That's why I love Rocky, because, not even because he's the Italian style, he's from Philly, but he was the underdog, and people ain't see. Everybody else was doing these extravagant gyms and this amazing, fabulous things, and he was in the cuts pulling fucking strings and weights and stuff. You like, well, he in the trenches. So that's the type of artist I am. So if you've been following me for a while, like, it's like my win is your win, because you know what I mean? It's just the dedication and the focus and the determination that it took to even get here. And I got so far. I got so much, and I got so far to go. You know what I mean? But just at this moment, at this time, you know what I'm saying?
Well, congratulations once again. Now, before we get to your single, what's one of your favorite songs on the EP and why? I know all of them are your favorite, but give me one of them and why. You know what I'm saying?
That's me out. Well, I like, all of them are my babies, but so it just depends. So today, my favorite is Soon As and Stretch Me Out. Okay. But yesterday, my favorite was Remember That.
Okay, so it's an R&B show, so I'm gonna ask you, why Stretch Me Out? And tell us a little bit about Stretch Me Out for the people that haven't heard Stretch Me Out.
It's self-explanatory. It's like, I mean, it's really, when I heard the beat, it's a sample, but when I heard the beat, I was like, this, and Sick Pen wrote it with me, and when I heard the beat, I was like, this is some sexy 90s. Yo, like, I think big. So I thought Arena, like, I don't know if you're a Janet fan. You better be.
Come on.
With the Red Velvet tour, and she got like oh my gosh, I watched that on YouTube all the time. So it just gave me that feel. Yeah. Spotlight, me and a nigga just
doing what you're doing,
performing for my baby. So I'm just like, stretch me out like I'm doing yoga. Baby, feel my body over, stretch me out across the bed.
I got you. This is why they say soulful but edgy. I see it. Now listen, we getting into your single, Soon As. Sample from Faith Evans, Crazy. Yes. I love the video.
Thank you.
I think that, all of us that's in this industry can relate, So tell us how that came about, and, tell us how that came about, and the process of making it and the video, and just, talk to the people.
Well, it's been a few processes with Soon As, if I'm gonna be honest, because a lot of records that are special kind of take you through some loopholes. But Sean Penn that came up with a dope idea. He's the writer, and shout out to Sean Penn. And and he brought it to the producers, Pierre and Mr. Hankey, and it was kind of like like a gumbo. They just all came together musically, and then sonically and lyrically. I was just like, he was like, well, what if we twist it where it's like, because the original is, soon as I get home, I make it up to you like she's sorry. And what if he was like, yo, you always working out, you always grinding. What if you like, yo, baby, when I get home, just wait for me. I'm grinding. We in these, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, that's so me. So, and it just came that way. And then Sarah, who was the director of Soon As video, she did an amazing job. Like, and then when I found out she was from Philly as well, I was like,
wow,
girl,
come on,
what's up? So, and then she was a female, so I'm like, oh man, this is woman empowerment. This is a whole vibe. So
Yeah, definitely.
it just came together perfectly. Like, it, you know, shout out to my team. Well, Cersei, Naima, Pierre, like, you know, we just all came together and it just went so smooth. So
Got it.
I'm
Okay.
glad you guys like it, and I'm glad that the response is really well, because I put my heart into it.
All right, I'm gonna be pushing that record
So,
all the way. I'm gonna be pushing it all the way. All right. So you're gonna be getting a bunch of tags and all of that. All right. So listen, thank you for coming and hanging out at the executive suite and spending some time with me tonight. You know, so before we go though, can you give us a snippet
of
of Soon
course.
As and introduce us to the people?
Okay. I got dressed down, I had to go to work. I know you work too, cause both of us are grinding. But at the end of the day, I know for certain, when I get home, I'ma put that overtime in, baby. Soon as I get home, boy, I'm trying to put some time in. Yeah, it's your girl, it's Tamel. And make sure y'all check out my new single that's out right now, Soon As.
Right here on the executive suite.